The dollarization, market uncertainty, market exhaustion, and institutional inflows. These four themes will be giving us an overview of this coming new week, and it will let us know what price action will be doing and what the market will be saying overall. My name is OP. I'm a prop trader from HashEdge, and I'm here to give you daily market analysis of the cryptocurrency market. And as a trader, what trade are we taking? We anticipate any move, long or short. There's money to be made in either direction. This is why we're here showing up. So let's just drop right straight into the overview of the cryptocurrency market. Looking at the weekly crypto bubbles, you can see red across the board. What jumps out to us is virtual, Monero, hyperliquid, quant network, fatcoin. So we see something across the board: AI, layer ones, privacy, and meme coins. This is jumping across to us. On the daily, we look at it, red across the board. Nothing important, nothing interesting to write home about here. Is showing us a market. This is showing us market exhaustion right now. A lot of coins, a lot of tokens have been overbought. So it is clear, like I anticipated and I knew this was coming, we have to see a mini correction in the near term. And this is what is playing out. So we anticipate that will continue throughout this week. There will be a little bit of correction, bearing there's no big bullish catalyst that will change the market direction. But now we remain bearish as for now in the near term. Looking at it, you see other bearish news coming from the Arizona governor, who has just vetoed the state strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation that was passed last week. And she said it's an untested investment. So she vetoed it. This is more bearish news. You see other bearish news from the UK saying they are going to ban retail investors from buying crypto and Bitcoin and crypto with credit cards. So no borrowing to buy your Bitcoin. This is more bearish news. Putin giving us headwinds, making us pause. But times like this is for us to pause and to reflect why we are here, to build our conviction on trades, to look at our trade levels, to reassess the market, to pause and take a moment to understand and to watch what is going on, to look at the market from a bigger picture, from an overview, before we drill down into lower time frames, so that we take trades and we make money. You see, for bullish news, you see the US Treasury is projecting that the stablecoin market could reach 2 trillion by 2028 because of regulatory clarity that we are already seeing the onset from. We are going to be seeing more of that, and rising adoption coming from stablecoin acts, and a lot of stablecoin that is going to enter the market. We have already reported from Mastercard already opening that avenue for a lot of retail to get into the market, and also from treasury bills from stablecoin companies like USDT Theta, USDC Circle, XRPL from XRP, and Tron USDT. All these companies hold US Treasury, so they buy more US Treasury, which will give a strong demand into stablecoins, and these stablecoins will be the ones to onboard a lot of users into it, because they'll be using stablecoins as payment rails, as what they settle all their cryptocurrencies in within the market. So this is bullish for the overall space. You can see again, bullish news is that Europe's largest Bitcoin treasury firm is announcing ambitions to buy 1% of the total supply by 2033, while MicroStrategy owns about 2.6% of total Bitcoin supply, and BlackRock owns about 2.8% of the total Bitcoin supply. This is really, really bullish. And if you even look at this chart and this image I have here, is even said if you own 0.1%, 0.15% of total Bitcoin supply, your asset is about 5 to 10 billion. All this is bullish for the space. It's showing us whales are accumulating, institutions are here, they are accumulating and they are buying. You see more and more news. Despite all of this, as they are buying, what is happening? There's a de-dollarization ongoing, shifting the narrative from the world and the financial system based on the US dollar to other baskets of currencies. maybe even including gold like commodities. When gold is there, Bitcoin is definitely there as risk of assets. So you see this reported by BRICS, and even Warren Buffett, the legendary investor who has just announced is stepping down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway by the end of 2025, is saying that it's a good idea to own a lot of other currencies beside the US dollar. All of these guys are saying this because what do they know? What do they know? Why are they predicting, or why are they talking about the dollarization? Because they know that the US economy is done. This tariffs tit for tat with China has just been a nail in the coffin for the Western states. And all of them have been selling the stocks of their own companies. Warren Buffett has been selling his stocks since last year into this year. Jeff Bezos too is reported that he's selling 5 billion of Amazon stock because they anticipate something happening and they are positioning themselves for the oncoming onset for the new financial rails, where we are already based, where we have already built our conviction, and we are waiting for them. So we are front run all these guys. These are incredibly bullish narratives that keeps us going and building our conviction because we know we are in the right place. We are just waiting for these guys to come and meet us at the back of the line. We move on. You see, all of these, our bullish narratives makes us think we are a genius, and our family and friends think we are a genius. When the price goes up, when it goes down, they think we are an idiot. But this is a cycle all of us are used to, and it just builds our character and it builds our conviction in this space. Then you just see with the overall crypto market overview what is going on this week. On March 7th, we see the FOMC meeting going on. So we anticipate Federal Chair Jerome Powell's speech that he will tell us what direction they are going to be taking the market, whether a dovish direction or a hawkish direction, whether they are going to print money or they are going to tighten the supply of money. That is QE or QT. And what they are going to be doing regarding inflation and the increasing interest rates. So all this is important for us to know the direction of the market, of the traditional market, because we still are in the economy, in the same economy. We exist in the economy. So all of this still affects the overall economy and macro and geopolitics. For on the geopolitics front, we see the market exhaustion is playing out because there's a lack of resolution and detente between US-China tariffs, and you also see a lack of detente in the Russia-Ukraine war, even despite Trump met with Zelensky in Vatican last week. It's giving us a big uncertainty. So a lot of things is playing out in the chart. You can see this is giving us lackluster movement, no volume in this chart. Looking at the chart, no volume on the Bitcoin weekly chart. We see so far what I anticipate so far, we remain above 95,000. I remain bullish for the short term. If we close, I believe we'll be going towards the 90,000, 92,000, and 88,000 support that I have over here. Looking at the RSI, it seems to be pointing a little bit upward, so we anticipate if that is going to happen in the near term. If we close above 95,000 by the end of this week, which is today, that will remain further upside for the near term before we get a pullback, so that we confirm that support for another upside, another movement upside. So this is what we see on the Bitcoin chart. Looking at the Ethereum chart, you see we remain still on sideways movement. Although we have broken out of that channel, of the downtrend channel we have been doing for the past months, but we seem to be creating a higher high. So let me just draw this trend line. So the trend line that we are drawing from here shows us that we have broken out from this channel. We see if we get a confirmation of this around 1,600. Once on 1,600, 1,700. Once we get that confirmation, we know a further upside is going to be in the cards for Ethereum. in this next week. Looking at the RSI, looks to be moving sideways for now. So we might be moving sideways for now before a movement to the upside. Looking at the volume, there's lackluster volume on the Ethereum chart too. So nothing really jumps up to us, but we are just watching the charts. Looking at Solana charts too, we're looking sideways on the daily. RSI is pointing down on the daily. Looking at on the weekly chart, we also are breaking out from that channel, which shows us structurally bullish for the time being, but sideways for now. Even on the RSI, we seem to be pointing down. Looking at SUI, which is another token we have been really excited about, and we are watching, like I anticipated last week. Guys, I anticipated all of this last week. We are breaking downwards below the box trend I drew. So it will have been a lovely shot. I didn't take the shot, but anyone that took it, congratulations to you. Anybody that took the shot from the $3.5, $3.7 levels, now you should be in enormous profit at 3.1. You see the RSI is pointing downwards. No volume this weekend. So that is across the board. No volume across the board this weekend. Because like I said, the market is over exhausted. And because of due to all this market uncertainty and geopolitics and economic uncertainty we are seeing across the board. So we expect a pullback, a confirmation of the support around $2.93. And once we get there, we would know the movement for the next move, leg up or down, as the case may be, because there's always a trade to be made. Just to conclude this video, we look at the Bitcoin chart once again, and you see it's still range bounding at this range, and the RSI seems is going to be pointing down. Gives right now what the market is just telling me is that it's indecisive at the moment. It's indecisive at the moment, giving us uncertainty, nothing to work around with. But these are times for us to just, touch grass, go back to our books, study the charts, and wait for the trade to come to us. Most importantly, we should manage our risk levels. These are times whereby we don't need to trade, we don't need to overtrade, because these are the times when the market is really choppy, you can get beaten and you can lose money very easily. So we just end the video here. We are watching the market. Tomorrow we'll be back for another market analysis. Hopefully the market turns in whatever direction. Whatever the direction the market turns, there's opportunity for us. That's why we're here, to make money. And for you guys to join me on this journey of mine, from having nothing, zero, to having a Ferrari. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.